Rest up. If you're struggling to remember the last time you woke up feeling well rested, refreshed, and energized, this one's for you. Let's explore the value of rest today and what happens to our physical and mental health when we're burning the candle at both ends. It is important for us to start factoring quality rest into the equation of our daily lives, as many of us are not prioritizing things that rejuvenate and replenish and allow us to function at our optimal best. We all lead busy lives. It doesn't matter who you are, often juggling the responsibilities and the demands of school, work, family, and friends. Somewhere along the lines of living, we've learned to put ourselves last on our list. We learned that rest is not often sometimes prioritized, and we have all these other things that we need to get to first. We, the overdoers. There are plenty of reasons of why we overstretch. But the first one is that we're a society of overdoers. We place a great value on being busy and productive. We create endless to-do lists, tasks, activities, responsibilities, expectations, and we put chores and life maintenance ahead of ourselves instead of rest. And when we finally have a moment to catch our breath, we then try to socialize or connect with people on electronic devices, online shopping, or read the news or watch the news, none of which, allows us to really rest and rejuvenate and relax. We tell ourselves that we'll catch up on our sleep on the weekend, over the holidays, take a vacation, or when things get quieter in life. But do they ever get quieter? Be honest. Children, family, responsibilities, work, social schedules tend to take over, and we become quite busy with them. What rest is? Rest is a pause in your action, a time to refresh, regroup, and renew our energies. As human beings, we are meant to rest at regular intervals. When working out, for example, we instinctively allow our bodies brief periods of rest between activities and workouts. We realize that we need to pause rather than go full tilt. In fact, these short pauses during our physical workouts actually allow us to carry on, meet, and often exceed our goals during a workout. In our daily lives, we also need these brief pauses in our physical activities and our responsibilities. We need to rest our minds, reconnect with ourselves, and check in with our emotions at regular intervals. Sick and tired. What happens to us when we're exhausted? Ignoring our need to rest really does take a toll on our physical health, mental health, and our overall ability to function. Our immune systems become compromised, and we become more susceptible to viruses and colds, or just feeling depleted all the time. Our moods suffer too. We become more easily upset, irritable, and feel less hopeful and capable of successfully handling life tasks and challenges. Our ability to concentrate also plummets, and we become more accident prone. Creativity suffers along with our ability to think clearly and make sound decisions. All in all, when we're tired, burned out, and exhausted, virtually every aspect of our life suffers. We become sick and tired. But isn't it interesting how we don't prioritize rest? And we somehow become well adjusted to a sick society. Many times our society propels competition, overworking, overstretching, and trying to do everything and be perfect at it. That's hard, that's unrealistic, and that's not healthy for us. Return to rest. Over 2,000 years ago, the Roman poet Ovid said, "Take a rest. A field that has rested gives a bountiful crop." As young children, we naturally rest and relax. You see it in their behaviors. We are learning and growing at such an intense rate because of those restful periods. We are highly attuned to our need to rest at a young age. And then as we grow, we find ourselves learning to ignore the pause and the rest that was necessary for us to grow well. Somewhere along the way, we begin to allow our to-do list to override our signals in our bodies and minds that tell us to rest or pause. And as adults, we might not realize it, but we become a little bit more immune to producing and being productive and being active versus resting and rejuvenating. A nap in the middle of the day might not be needed, but we do need brief breaks from concentrating, performing taxing mental or physical tasks, or between meetings, take a pause and reflect to have a snack, a walk in nature. When the working day is done, it is really important for us to rest. But what do we do instead? We face a long list of life tasks, responsibilities, and chores that require physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual energy. We need those things to rest too. The challenge is, how do we factor rest into our busy, busy lives? Paying attention to ourselves is crucial, especially during these times with the pandemic. We begin to create quality resting habits by tuning in on how we are feeling throughout the day. We need to pause and reflect to go inwards and see really what is needed and give our body, our mind, our spirituality some rest. For example, rather than push through a brain fog while concentrating on a task, let's pause. Let's take a few moments to breathe in deeply and reconnect with yourself. Or, if you can, get outside for a few minutes in the sunlight, or pause for a healthy snack and a drink of water. Or if you're feeling unwell, rearrange your schedule and concentrate on completing only the most essential tasks for that day and give yourself some extra rest. Order in food instead of cooking. Try to save time when you need more rest. Give your body a chance to rest and allow your immune system the opportunity to recharge so it doesn't get depleted. Scheduling in time to rest is important and necessary. Even when you're busy, schedule in rest into your daily routine rather than rely on stimulants like caffeine, empty carbohydrates, and sugar, which can negatively impact our physical health and lead to horrible things like weight gain or insomnia, or like plummets and dips in our sugar levels and our energy levels. Brief periods of pausing allows us physical and mental rest, renews our ability to function on every level throughout the day. And setting healthy boundaries around demands in your day allows you to replenish your energy so that you can maintain a healthy level of energy throughout the day. And that rest allows you to really feel rejuvenated and able to manage versus a sense of dread that I can't manage my days. Good sleep hygiene, that's an important one, and we don't prioritize good sleep hygiene. When the day is done and it's time for rest, oftentimes we go, 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 and then try to sleep. Instead, let's try to wind down our day. We do need to rethink how we do the end of the day. During a good night's sleep, we cycle through phases of light and deep sleep, and in our deep sleep, in our REM sleep, we rest and repair our central nervous system, the depletion of our muscles, and the wear and tear on our minds. When we're sick, we need more sleep because it helps rebuild our immune systems and allow us to beat infection in our bodies. Through poor sleep hygiene or poorly eating or eating before bed or working out before bed or binge watching movies and Netflix TV series or being on our phones watching social media and scrolling through Instagram, we allow ourselves to be more stimulated than restful. Notice what you do before bed. I encourage many people to not have any technology the first hour of the morning when they start their day and the last hour of their night before they wind down to go to bed. It is crucial to define a time period that we wind down and allow our bodies and minds to rest. That allows us to get to a place of calmness, ready for deep quality sleep, and you can also plant the content of what you want to think about during your sleep. Instead of watching the news before bed, let's do an affirmations list or a gratitude log or list things that we noticed about the day that brought us joy. It's nice for you to read something or listen to something that lifts you, that makes you positive or makes you feel grateful for the life you have versus fearful and in self-doubt. When was the last time you woke up refreshed and energized? If it's a distant memory, you really got to prioritize this. It's no time like the present than to factor in quality rest in the day as well as at night in your life. Let's take this mindful moment right now, taking a deep inhale in and breathing out. reflect in this pause, in this mindful moment, on how to really bring in proper rest throughout the day, as well as in the evening and during our sleep. It is important for us to pause and reflect and schedule breaks, pause and reflect and schedule times for rest. That way, we really do prioritize ourselves and allow ourselves to function to the optimal best. Let's take a mindful moment and reflect on areas that you can bring in more rest or pauses in your day. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And let's reflect on our rest, our schedules, and where we can bring in more pauses. If your mind tends to wander, gently bring it back. As I welcome you back from this mindful moment, let's rethink rest in our lives. There are some basic steps you can take to rest better and be more effective in your planning of rest. Pay attention to how you are feeling throughout the day. When your body or mind needs to rest, even a brief pause can provide the rest and rejuvenation you need. Oftentimes in between patients, I do take a breather and do 6 deep breaths, or lie down on a surface that I can feel grounded and breathe, or do a couple of stretches and breathe. Schedule rest into the equation of your day. After all, it's what gets scheduled, gets done. If you plan for it, you'll succeed at it. Make plans that include quality rest and relaxation when approaching demanding workloads or challenging family times. Don't allow much needed rest to drop off your to-do list. When the going gets tough, you need it more than ever. Make sure you prioritize and plan it in stressful times. Set healthy boundaries around your time and energies. Learn to say no to request or demand, because many times burning the candle on both ends just depletes you. It makes you feel hard on yourself for giving in to requests and demands that you knew you couldn't fulfill without sacrificing yourself. Please don't sacrifice yourself in the equation of your life. You matter. Factor quality sleep in your daily routine, including practicing good sleep hygiene in the hours before bedtime. Shut off technology the first hour of the morning when you wake up and the last hour of night before you go to sleep. Learn to allow yourself to bring in other things to allow you to calm down, relax, and get into a nice place of your day, versus keeping yourself busy from the moment you wake up to the last moment you sleep. It is important for you to factor in you in the equation of your life. Let's live our best life ever. Let's try to be our highest and best version of ourselves for us.